What is going on, comic book fans? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another Final Order Cutoff Speculation and Recommendation show. Today is Thursday, October 26th of 2023, and we're going to be taking a look at the books that are coming out on this weekend's Final Order Cutoff. And my good friend and I, we have put our heads together and we've scoured Final Order Cutoff and picked out any books that we think might be worthy of a little bit of speculation, so that way you and me can start to make this hobby fund itself. But we also took a look at this weekend's Final Order Cutoff and looked for all the best books to pick up to read, because that is the best part of this hobby, is getting those books in our hand and reading those amazing stories. And there's a really good one that we're going to talk about at the end of this video, so make sure you guys are sticking around to the end to hear what that book is. But guys, let's not waste any more time. Let's go ahead and dive into our 2 weekly speculation reminders. The first reminder that we have for you guys every single week is the most important, and that is you guys have to do your own research. Al and I are going to present some information to you today, and what we need you guys to do is go check other comic book YouTubers you trust, other comic book websites that you trust, and other comic book apps that you trust. Gather the most information possible so that way you guys can make the best decisions possible for yourself. Because remember, you guys are spending your own hard-earned money on these books, not our money, your money. And the second and final reminder that we have for you guys is that there are delays with comic books. So sometimes books will show up multiple times in these videos because the book's release date has been moved for one reason or another. And guys, those are our 2 weekly reminders. So let's go ahead and go over the dates that you guys need to get your pre-orders in if you guys are interested in picking up any of the books that we're going to talk about in today's video. If you guys are interested in picking up any of the books that we're going to talk about in today's video, you guys need to get your pre-orders in by October 29th for your DC Scout and Vault books, and October 30th for your Marvel and all the other indie titles. Alright guys, those are the Final Order Cutoff Order Deadline dates. Let's go ahead and dive into this weekend's Final Order Cutoff cover lever picks. Alright guys, we're going to go ahead and kick our cover lever list off with a set of 3 covers, all for the same book. They're absolutely amazing, and they're actually Skottie Young's first ever DC work. And this is Batman Offworld issue number 1. Now there are 3 variants for this cover. There is a trade dress, there is the cover B, which is the virgin foil, and there's the cover C, which is the black and white variant. These are available on his website right now. Some of them are already sold out, so make sure you guys are heading over to SkottieYoung.com. A link for that will be down in the description below. And I just purchased myself a cover A because I just think this is absolutely amazing, and his first DC work is something I just have to have. And it's also Batman. Batman's my favorite character. But guys, let's go ahead and move on to the next one. And this next cover is actually another cover for Batman Offworld issue number 1, and that is the cover D, which is the 1:25 ratio variant done by Ben Oliver. And some of these shirtless male hero covers have done well on the secondary market, so that's why this cover is here. And the next one is actually another cover for Batman Offworld issue number 1, and this is the local comic shop day cover. Now, I'm not sure if this is a foil or not, but if you look at the back cover, it kind of hints that it's going to be a foil with that gradient that there is on the back. And also, this is a virgin cover, so it's a little different than the cover A, and it's just really cool in my opinion. It's Doug Mahnke art. Doug Mahnke art is absolutely fantastic. But let's go ahead and move on to the next one, which is Catwoman issue number 59. This is the cover C variant done by Nico Leone. Now, what I really like about this cover is that it is just different. It's different than the normal Catwoman covers that we see, and also has an older look to it, and it's just really cool in my opinion. But guys, this next cover is probably my favorite of the week, but this is a cover for me, maybe not for everyone, but this book is probably going to be pretty rare, so let's go ahead and dive right in. This is Cyborg issue number 5. This is the cover C, the 1:25 ratio variant done by Dan Hipp. I am a huge Dan Hipp fan, and guys, this is the 5th issue of a low-ordered Cyborg book at DC Comics. So how many comic shops are going to be ordering 25 copies of this book? I personally don't think that many, so that's why I think this book is going to be rare and could garnish a premium, because I really want this book and I will pay a premium for it. So guys, keep your eye on that book right there. Guys, next up is Harley Quinn Black, White, and Red, issue number 5. This is the 1:25 ratio variant done by David Nakayama. It's not his best. It's Harley Quinn though. It looks really good, so that's why this book is on this list. And the next one I think is a little bit better. This is Harley Quinn Black, White, and Red, issue number 5. It's the cover B variant done by Warren Lau. This one's a little bit better than the previous one, but both are gorgeous and they're Harley Quinn covers, so I had to add them to this list. Guys, next up is Jay Garrett, The Flash, issue number 2. This is the 1:25 ratio variant done by Evan Doc Shanner. How cool does Jay Garrett look on this cover? He looks so freaking cool. He's a great hero, and it's a 1 in 25, so it will be a little bit rare, and I just really like this cover. Next up is Superman issue number 8, the cover F, which is the 1 in 25 ratio variant done by Edwin Gallimon. Sadly, there is no spec in this book, and this is just a gorgeous 1 in 25 cover, in my opinion, featuring Superman, and it looks like he's like sucking up the radiation from the sun. So cool. Guys, this next cover is really cool. This is Wonder Woman issue number 3. This is the cover C variant done by Julian Tedesco. This should have been the 1 in 25. This cover is so gorgeous, in my opinion. I really enjoyed all the Julian Tedesco covers that he's put out so far for Wonder Woman, but this one right here is probably my favorite so far. Guys, we have 3 more covers to go over, I believe. 3? No, we have 5 more. All right, next up is Alpha Flight issue number 5. This is the Peach Momoko Nightmare variant. It's really cool, in my opinion. But after that, it's probably my favorite Marvel cover that is on this list. This is Daredevil issue number 4. This is the 1 in 25 ratio variant done by Ben Harvey. How badass does Bullseye look in this cover? This is so good. This is so good. But guys, next up is a great Skottie Young cover. This is The Sentry, issue number 1, the Skottie Young variant. This is just a great cover for a new number 1 for Sentry. Really cool. And there is a little spec in this book, so guys, stay tuned for that. Guys, next up is X-Men, issue number 29. This is the Ski Chalet variant done by Russell Dollerman. How amazing does Storm look in this cover? She looks so freaking good. But guys, the last and final cover that I want to show you guys that I think could do well on the secondary market is an awesome independent cover. This is a Basic Instinct issue number 1, the cover E, which is the 1 in 50 ratio variant done by Chuma Hill. Chuma Hill has just been crushing it right now on all these amazing covers that he's doing, or she, I'm not sure if it's a he or she, but guys, this cover for Basic Instinct is absolutely amazing. And if you guys have seen that movie, and if you're a boy that was born in the 80s, you probably know what this scene is from, and it's so good. I absolutely love this cover. I'm going to try to score myself a copy, but guys, those are all the cover lover picks for this upcoming weekend's Final Order cutoff. What did you think? Did I miss a cover? Did I nail it on all the covers? Guys, let me know down in the comments below. But let's go ahead and move over to the next section, which is my 2nd, 3rd, 4th prints and beyond. Alright guys, I was able to find 4 second prints that is coming out on this weekend's Final Order cutoff. There is a good chance that I missed a few because I am recording this video on Thursday, and books are still being added to Final Order cutoff over the next few days. So guys, make sure you guys are doing your own research and keeping up to date. A great way to do that is to be following Al's Facebook group. His link is down in the description below. It's called the Comic Book Frontier, and he keeps updating his Final Order cutoff list all the way to the order dates. So let's go ahead and dive into these covers. And the first one up is the sensational She-Hulk issue number 1, the second print done by Jen Bartel. This is a color variant for issue number 1, the cover A. Guys, next up is Spine-Tingling Spider-Man, the second print, the variant done by Juan Ferreira. And this cover is actually really cool. I'm not 100% sure if this is a wraparound or it's going to be one of those weird sideways covers. I'm pretty sure it's a wraparound because the way that they display it is horizontal. But guys, this cover is actually really, really cool. But guys, next up is, I think, a cover a lot of people are going to be wanting. This is Dwellings, issue number 2, the second print done by Jay Stevens. And this is a really cool second print cover. I haven't read any of these issues, but guys, this cover is really cool. And guys, there's one more second print, and this is for Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees, issue number 1. This is the second print variant done by Patrick Horvath. And this book actually sounds really cool. I'm not going to read the synopsis to you guys, but guys, check this out, because this is, I believe, about a serial killer bear, which is really cool. But guys, those are the second prints and beyond. So let's go ahead and dive into the few books that Al and I were able to find on this weekend's Final Order cutoff that had a little bit of speculation. Alright guys, before we dive into these books, I'm just going to remind you guys, do your own research. Because me personally, the books that I was able to find, there's really only 4. The spec is really weak. There's only one book that has a real first appearance in it. The rest of the books have a much more looser speculation, so make sure you guys are doing your own research before you spend any money on any of these books. Unless you're just buying them to read, then that's fine. So let's go ahead and dive right in. The first one up is Batman Off-World issue number 1. And the synopsis for this book: a young Batman faces an alien threat for the first time in his superhero career. So that is the speculation. This is the first time in Batman's career he's faced off against an alien. That's pretty interesting, but is it really good speculation? Most likely not. But guys, next up is The Sentry issue number 1. Now this is a 4-issue limited series that may introduce a new Sentry from various people who are manifesting the dead hero's powers. So it's a possibility we'll get a new Sentry from a new person, but there's nothing definite just yet, so you guys gotta stay tuned to this book. Maybe later in the week, Al will be updating his Facebook group with a little bit more for this book, but guys, right now, this book does not sound super strong in my opinion. Guys, next up is Thunderbolts issue number 1, and this has Bucky Barnes, aka The Revolution, leads a new team of Thunderbolts. That is a speculation, the new team of Thunderbolts. Now, the cover that I have on screen right now is really freaking good. And this is the cover that I would go after if you're going to speculate on this book. This is the 1:25 ratio variant where you see the full roster of the new Thunderbolts. And this cover is gorgeous, but guys, overall that spec is really, really weak. But this cover is absolutely gorgeous. But guys, the final book that has a little bit of speculation is X-Men issue number 29 with the first appearance of Dr. Doom's team of mutants. That's seriously the one and only book that has a first appearance in it. The rest just have a very loose sense of speculation, so make sure you guys are doing your own research. But guys, that is all. But guys, those are the cover lover picks, the second prints and beyond, and also the books that had speculation. Let's find out what books made my spec picks of the week. My spec pick of the week is not Save Your Money, because there are some cover lover picks that we're going to go over that I think will or could do well on the secondary market. Again, you guys do your own research. But the second prints in the books that had a little speculation, we're going to go ahead and skip over those because those are not worthy of your money. But guys, let's go ahead and cover these cover lover picks that I think could do well or might do well or will do well on the secondary market. And the first one up is Batman Off-World issue number 1, the Skottie Young variants. This being Skottie Young's very first DC work, I think a lot of Skottie Young fans are gonna want this, including myself. Like I said, I purchased myself a cover A before recording this video because I did not want to miss out on having one of those in my collection because it is his first ever DC work, and that is really cool in my opinion, and I think a lot of other people are going to agree with me. But guys, let's go ahead and move on. Next up is that Cyborg issue number 5, the 1/25, because I don't think many shops are going to be ordering 25 copies of that, and I think people like me and my best friend Josh are going to be coveting this cover because this is absolutely gorgeous. It is really freaking good. And guys, after that, I really think the Daredevil issue number 4, the 1/25 ratio variant done by Ben Harvey, is so good it could do well on the secondary market. But guys, there is one more cover, and that is Basic Instinct issue number 1, the cover E, which is the 1/50 ratio variant done by Chuma Hill. Looking at what American Psycho did, I think a cover like this could do really freaking well. This looks so good. It has a great resemblance of Sharon Stone, and that scene in that movie is so good. And this, it's just a great cover in my opinion. I think this is probably the one book that is almost guaranteed to do well on the secondary market because it's freaking fantastic. But guys, those are my spec picks of the week, all cover lover picks again. I would love to hear your thoughts on these picks down in the comments below. But guys, let's go ahead and move on. My new comic book day cover lover picks for next week's new comic book day, which is November 1st of 2023. That's right guys, November 1st, which is absolutely crazy. Alright guys, I found 5 covers on next week's new comic book day that I think could do well on the secondary market, and the first one up is X-Men issue number 28. This is the 1/50 ratio variant done by Miguel Mercado featuring Cyclops. This is an absolute badass virgin cover. It is really good, and I think this book will do well on the secondary market. Now next up is Scarlet Witch issue number 10. Now this is done by Aspinall, and it's the Knight's End variant. So Moon Knight is going to be dying in his series, and there's a bunch of Knight's End variants coming out from Marvel Comics. But guys, how gorgeous is this cover? I really wish this was a ratio variant because the artwork on this cover is absolutely amazing. I love it. It has that old-timey feel to it. It is just so good. But guys, next up is White Widow issue number 1. This is the 1/100 virgin ratio variant. It is gorgeous. It's done by Archer. This is just a really good cover for White Widow issue number 1. Next up is Spider-Boy issue number 1. Now there are 2 covers for this cover that I think will do well on the secondary market. And the first one up is the 1/100 ratio variant done by Humberto Ramos. This is just the cover A artwork, just a virgin. It is really good. Really good. But the cover that I like the most, and I think could do better than this one right here, is the 1/50 ratio variant done by David Aja. I've already pre-ordered myself a copy of this because I think it's going to do so well, and it is just great freaking artwork. But guys, those are my cover lover picks for next week's new comic book day, which again is November 1st of 2023. All right, guys, if you stuck around to the end, it's time to dive into our final order cutoff recommendations to read, and this book is really cool. Alright guys, I'm actually really excited to tell you guys about this book because the way they're presenting this book to us is a way that I personally have never seen before. There's a good chance something like this has been done in the past, but this is the first time I am ever seeing it, and it is really cool. Guys, this is Cullen Bunn's Body Bag issue number 1. Now, this is coming from writer Cullen Bunn, and they haven't released the artist or artists for this book just yet. But guys, just listen to the synopsis and get ready to get excited for this book. From the Eisner-nominated pages of Harrow County to the pre-pandemic presence of the Empty Man, Cullen Bunn has made a prolific career of terrorizing comic fans. Now the man who killed the Marvel Universe and countless other characters is ready to show you where the bodies are buried. Cullen Bunn's Body Bag, the debut release of Overlook, will introduce the world to 4 new creatures straight from the twisted imagination of the horror scribe. But which creature will invade your nightmares? 4 different tales of terror, 4 startling new monsters, 4 different approaches to the beast that go bump in the night. Each sealed body bag contains the chance to uncover alternate storylines and monsters. So tread lightly, hold your breath. There's no way of telling which monster you'll uncover until you unzip the body bag. With each monster, you'll see a very different story play out in a gruesome and frightening way. This is pure, horrific fun on the page. So that means you have a chance of getting a different story in each body bag. Now, there is one thing I don't like about this idea. If I picked up 4 copies of this, I could get the same story 4 times. So I'd have to probably wait until this comes out on eBay and then pick up each separate issue separately, but I don't care. I only pre-order myself 1 copy of this because I'm just gonna like take my chances with that one story, and if it's really freaking good, I might go out and pick up the others. But guys, the concept for this is great. I love the idea of having to unzip and be excited about what you see inside. I mean, how many of those little toy figures are people so excited to go and they open up multiple and they keep getting the same ones over and over again until they collect all 4? Maybe that will happen for this, but this is just such a great idea. It's Cullen Bunn. He's one of the best horror scribes out there right now. He's so talented. His stories are so good. We have no idea what the monsters are. There's just so much excitement because we don't know. It's the not knowing which is getting me really excited. All I know is that Cullen Bunn is one badass writer, and I'm really excited for this series. Guys, are you excited for this idea of how they're presenting this comic book to us? Or do you want to know what you're getting in each bag? Guys, let me know down in the comments below. But guys, that is it for today's video. So let's go ahead and wrap this video up. Alright guys, we've made it to the end of the video. We've done speculation, we've done our recommendations, and now it's time for me to thank you for sticking around to the end of the video, and to remind each and every one of you that are still watching this video right now, you guys are legends. Thank you guys so much for supporting the channel. Now, if you guys watched that video and you guys enjoy comic book content, but you guys are not subscribed, what are you doing? Get yourself subscribed, hit that bell for notifications, and smash that like button. Now, if you're still watching, guys, look down. Have you guys hit that like button just yet? If you haven't, do me a favor and smash that like button. Alright guys, that's going to do it for me this week, and I just want to warn you guys, next week I might only have 1 video. I am flying out Thursday morning to go to BlizzCon. BlizzCon's a huge event for Blizzard games. It's a gigantic conference. I cannot wait to get there. It's so much fun. It is so much fun. It's my most favorite convention that I've ever been to, and I cannot wait to go back, because I'm going with my best friend Josh, and it's going to be epic. So there might not be a final order cutoff speculation or recommendations video next week. I'm going to do my best. I'm going to try to do my research early Wednesday, record Wednesday night, and edit it on the plane, but there's a good chance that might not happen. So guys, have yourself a great weekend. I'll catch you guys next Tuesday. But guys, have yourself a great weekend, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.